Assalamualaikum and good day everybody. We will continue on with our next topic. This is a continuation of the previous topic. We have discussed about decision making and control earlier. Our next topic is on strategy formulation and implementation. For this topic, we are referring to this book, International Management, Culture, Strategy and Behavior by Lutens. For this topic, the specific objectives are, first, for you to be able to discuss the meaning, needs, benefits and approaches of the strategic planning process for multinational companies or MNCs. You will also try to understand the tension between pressures for global integration and also national responsiveness. So there are two basic spectrum. One end is global integration and the other end is national responsiveness. Between these two extremes, there are four basic international strategy options. Next, another objective is for you to be able to identify the basic steps in strategic planning. Next is to describe how multinational companies implement strategic plans. These strategic plans are being implemented through three major functions of marketing, production and finance. Lastly, you will be able to explain specialized strategies for emerging markets and also international new ventures. So we will also discuss about strategy for specific markets and also strategies for specific type of companies. The main core of this topic, the root is strategic management. Many of you who are taking the cross-cultural communication or cross-cultural management class are taking strategic management at the same time. So you will be able to apply several ideas from strategic management to this topic. Before that, we first discuss the definition of strategic management that we use in this topic. Strategic management is the process of determining an organization's basic mission and long-term objectives. Then implementing a plan of action to pursue this mission and how to attain these objectives. Why? There's a growing need for strategic management. This is due to increasingly diversified operations in continuously changing international environment. Most of the operations that we discuss here are based on ideas from multinational companies. When we talk about multinational companies, they are operating in multiple countries. You are business students, most of you are. The things that are going on in one country can be complex on its own, because there will be some changes in politics, some changes in currency and so on. But for multinational companies and some small businesses which are operating in international market, they are operating in multiple countries. So there are changes in the host country, there are also changes in the home country as well. So it gets quite complex. That is why there is a strong need for strategic management so that the management can be more aligned with the company's mission and vision. So, for most companies, regardless of decentralization, most top management team, they are responsible for setting the strategy. When we talk about strategy here, there's a strong link with long-term planning, long-term objectives. But they are not the ones implementing it. The middle management are responsible for the strategy implementation process. Strategic planning is a positive word. Of course, it's beneficial. But the evidence for effectiveness is quite mixed. Strategic planning does not always result in higher profitability. We talk about complexity in conducting business in multiple countries. This is especially problematic when multinational companies try to use home strategies across different cultures. Now, basically, home country strategy is when you apply the strategy in your home country in the host country that you are operating in. Let's say Huawei. Huawei is a company, a multinational company from China. The strategy in China, if it is being implemented similarly in different market, it won't be as effective. So that is how the strategic planning the evidence can be a bit mixed. There are three approaches to formulate and implementing strategy. First, you have the economic imperative. Imperative here meaning the approach that you are using. Next is political imperative. Next is quality imperative. The subset for quality imperative is administrative coordination. The first imperative or the first approach is economic imperative. This is a worldwide strategy based on cost leadership, differentiation, and also segmentation. So the clue itself is in the term. When you say about economic imperative, it's more about effectiveness, saving costs, and so on. So this strategy is used when the product is regarded as generic. Basic product, homogeneous product. Therefore, it is not sold on name brand or support service. Here, the middle managers are the key to stimulate profit growth within a company across many countries. And for the customers, price is a major input in their purchasing decision. So this strategy is usually used when companies sell products for which large portion of value is added in upstream activities of the industry's value chain. So activities in early activities or upstream activities in industry value chain includes research and development, manufacturing, and distribution. So basically, these activities which are likely to cost more for the company, most of them are being expensed in the early part of the industry value chain. I give you an example. Oil and gas companies, they sell similar items with very, very little variation. Things like petroleum, and also gas and derivatives from those products are quite similar across market. You don't have specific petroleum for countries like Malaysia and specific petroleum for countries like Vietnam, for instance. Yeah, petroleum is more or less similar across different markets. So here, that is why activities in the upstream level of the supply chain, yeah, is highly emphasized. Yeah, a lot of expenditure is being focused in this level of the supply chain. In this regard, yeah, the value added or cost is emphasized in the upstream process because the product is homogeneous. The company does not need much alteration, therefore they can use the economic imperative. The second imperative is political imperative. Political, yeah, from the root word poly. Poly means many. So here, political imperative means strategy formulation and implementation utilizing strategies that are country responsive. They are also designed to protect local market niche. So, multinational companies, yeah, that choose this type of imperative, they use country-centered or multi-domestic strategy. This is the direct opposite of economic imperative. The success of product or service will depend heavily on downstream activities. What are downstream activities? Marketing, sales and service. Yeah, activities that are very, very near to the customer side of the supply chain. Yeah, in comparison to the economic imperative, this side, the upstream side of the supply chain is very near to the raw material. For instance, Nestle is one of the companies that use political imperative. Yeah. As you can see here, Nestle's home country is Switzerland. Whatever that is being sold in Switzerland are likely to be available in other markets. Yeah, one of the host country that I chose for this example is Malaysia. Yeah, these are products from Nestle Switzerland. These are products from Nestle Malaysia. As you can see here, Milo, Malaysia also has Milo. Nescafe, Malaysia also has Nescafe. Yeah, we have some other products as well. Because Nestle is using political imperative, not all products are being sold in Malaysia. Yeah, and if some products are being sold in Malaysia, their recipes could be different. Yeah, the manufacturing process could be different. Why? The raw materials could be different also. Yeah, because companies that producing food and beverages, yeah, the smart thing to do is to cater to local tastes. Yeah, different countries, different culture will have different tastes. Yeah, this is influenced by weather, customs, and so on. So here, the basic version of products are being produced in the upstream process. Yeah, but products are likely to require alteration. Yeah, therefore, companies who are conducting this type of activities or operations are likely to choose political imperative. Okay, moving on. The next imperative is quality imperative. Yeah, there are two paths for quality imperative. One is totally focusing on quality. Yeah, next is focusing on administrative coordination. Yeah, the first part is changing in attitudes. Yeah, changing attitudes and raise expectations for service quality. Next is to implement management practices designed to make quality improvement an ongoing process. So this is based on the principle of total quality management. Total quality management, or TQM, a few of the aspects include cross-training personnel to do jobs of all members in work group, so everybody is aware of what everybody else is doing. Next is to have a process re-engineering, to help identify or eliminate redundant tasks. This is to make sure that you have more lean operation. Next is to provide a reward system to reinforce quality performance. For instance, you want to eliminate product complaints. The less product complaints, the more bonus that department will get. Next is to have quality operationalized by meeting or exceeding customer expectations. This is self-explanatory. It is also always better to meet or exceed customer expectations. Next is to have a quality strategy formulated at top management level, and this strategy are being diffused through organization. TQM techniques will involve traditional inspection and statistical quality control. High quality human resource management techniques such as self-managing teams and also empowerment. One of the examples of industry using this type of imperative is video game console market. So this type of products, the customers are not really price sensitive. They are leaning more towards quality. One of the branches of quality imperative is administrative coordination. This is when a multinational company makes strategic decisions based on the merits of the individual situation rather than predetermined economic or political strategy. The task in administrative coordination involve adapting paperwork approach, adapting taxation approach, while maintaining homogeneous product. However, this is one of the least common approach to formulation and implementation of strategy, because it is likely that many large multinational companies, they combine all four of the approaches to strategic planning. One of the basic ideas in international management is global and regional strategy. Imagine if you are conducting an international operation. Do you want to adapt your product totally according to local customer taste, or do you want to remain original to your home country? That is based on what you sell. How about your strategy? Do you want to have 100% local managers, or do you want to have expatriates managing your international operation? Therefore, the fundamental tension in international strategic management is to choose between globalization and national responsiveness. Globalization or global integration is when production and distribution of products and services of a homogeneous type and quality on a worldwide basis. National responsiveness is the need to understand different consumer tastes in segmented regional market, and responding to them, responding to different national standards and regulations imposed by the various governments, home country governments, and also agencies. So, multinational companies, ideally, will choose between global integration. Do you want to sell the same product only or use the same strategy only? It is cost effective if the multinational company choose this strategy. However, this strategy does not suit all companies. Maybe if the products are homogeneous, oil and gas companies, maybe they can use this strategy. But if you are conducting a food and beverage company, it is better if the company follows national responsiveness. Some activities in national responsiveness include adaptation and responding to local tastes. Now, of course, logically, there's no one company using 100% global integration or use 100% national responsiveness. Likely, there is a combination of both. Maybe there is a little global integration and many aspects of national responsiveness, or many aspects or little aspects of national responsiveness with primarily global integration. So here, because of that combination, there are 4 main strategies. If the pressure for global integration is high, but the pressure for national responsiveness is low, the multinational company can choose global strategy. If the pressure for global integration is low and the pressure for national responsiveness is low, they can choose international strategy. If the pressure for global integration is high and the pressure for national responsiveness is high, the company may choose transnational strategy. If the pressure for global integration is low, but the pressure for national responsiveness is high, the company may choose multi-domestic strategy. We will discuss them one by one. First is global standardization strategy. If the company has high pressure for global integration but low pressure for national responsiveness. So this is a strategy focusing on development and distribution of standardized products worldwide. This is to take advantage of the benefits from low-cost advantages. So here, it is not limited to its major operations at home. The disadvantages here is companies may sacrifice local responsiveness. However, you do not sacrifice 100% local responsiveness. For instance, I like to use oil and gas company for this example. Usually, oil and gas company, they have a few sources of raw materials, the oil rigs and all that. So this oil and all of this raw material are being processed in another location. So here there's and to be sold in a lot of markets. So here the need for global integration is high. Not all countries have high amount of oil or raw material. Therefore, they want to benefit from low-cost advantages. And because of that, the pressure for national responsiveness is low. Like I mentioned before, you don't need to adapt oil for each market. It just do not make sense. Because this type of market, it's a usually homogeneous product. You do not need to adapt them so much. So if your company is operating homogeneous product, have high pressure for global integration, but low pressure for national responsiveness, it is likely for that company to choose global strategy. So focusing on integration, and effectiveness of supply chain. If the company has a low pressure for global integration and low pressure for national responsiveness, they can choose international strategy. This is a strategy emphasizing the duplication of home country-based competencies. What the company does best, in foreign countries. This strategy is quite easy to implement. Therefore, it is usually the first strategy adopted by firms when going abroad. I would like to give you an example of Starbucks. If you go to Starbucks in different country, it is likely to be similar to the original Starbucks in the US, where the franchise is originally from. But there are very little variation, especially in terms of its product. So this is what I said. There are national responsiveness, yes, but quite low. The global integration is also low. Why? Starbucks, the operation are similar across countries. Same logo, most likely similar menus. The type of training that the employees go through are similar because they want to be standardized. Why? Because of the strong brand name that the company has. If the company has high pressure for national responsiveness but low pressure for global integration, it is best for them to choose localization or multi-domestic strategy. This is a strategy focusing on a number of foreign countries or regions. So these countries or regions are regarded as a standalone local market, worthy of significant attention and adaptation. While the company will sacrifice global efficiencies, unlike global strategy, it is effective when differences among national and regional markets are clear and pressures for cost reductions are low. For instance, Nestle, as a food company, company focusing on food, they need to, the pressure for national responsiveness is high because they need to cater to different tastes. The pressure for global integration is low, not zero, but low, because it is likely that Nestle has manufacturing operations, region-based or country-based. For instance, Milo factory in Malaysia actually produce a large amount of Milo for the Southeast Asia market, but not for other markets. For example, you can look into the candies that you eat, where the food is being manufactured, so you can have more sense, more understanding on national responsiveness. Next is transnational strategy. This is usually used when the company has high pressure for national responsiveness and also high pressure for global integration. You can almost say that this is a direct opposite of international strategy. This is when the operations are adapted. Also, the supply chain aspects are also adapted. Here, it is a strategy, to be simultaneously cost efficient, locally responsive, and learning driven around the world. In international business, what is meant by learning driven is to learn as you operate in that host country. Yeah, the multinational company learn, yeah, at the same time while operating at in the host country. Yeah, because like human beings, yeah, you can only learn when you are doing. Yeah, reading, it helps, yeah, but when you read and when you do the specific task that you are learning, yeah, you will learn better. So in this sense, this strategy capture the best of both worlds. Now, both worlds here meaning global integration and also national responsiveness. Why? Because the company will implement cost efficiency due to high extent of global integration and local responsiveness. This is quite ideal, but organizationally it's complex, yeah, and it's rather difficult to implement, yeah, because there will be high need, yeah, high level of coordination and also knowledge sharing. Yeah, so decision making in this type of strategy can take some time. One of the companies using this strategy is McDonald's. High level of national responsiveness, but also high level of global integration, yeah, because they need to be cost efficient at the same time. So in summary, the appropriateness of each strategy will depend on pressures for cost reduction and also local responsiveness. Yeah, on one end, global strategy is low cost strategy. Yeah, this is to attempt to benefit from scale economies in production, distribution, and marketing. But transnational strategy is pursued when there is high cost pressures and high demand for local responsiveness. Yeah. So this will depend on the type of pressure, the level of pressure for national responsiveness. However, many international brands, yeah, they are leaning towards transnational strategy. Yeah. So if you can see here, Nestle, as we have discussed before, Nestle, in our categorization, yeah, they belong to multi-domestic strategy. Yeah. But right now, they are focusing more on transnational strategy. Yeah. Because as always, for multinational companies, there is a strong pressure for integration because they need to save costs. Yeah. Also, there's a strong pressure to be different or to adapt to the host country. So, after we have learned about all of the imperatives and also strategy, then we discuss about some basic elements of strategic planning for international management. Yeah, basically, the implementation will start with external environmental scanning. Yeah, you scan for opportunities and threats. Yeah, and you combine that with your knowledge of internal resource analysis of your own strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, you combine that and match them. Yeah, and formulate some strategic planning goals, and then you implement. And there's a lot of principles in decision making in this sense. Yeah, you can apply back what you have learned in the last few weeks. Yeah, on decision making and control. Okay, for this subtopic, I would like to use a case study. Yeah, all of us are aware in with Netflix. I am not sure how you consume your video streaming. Yeah, a lot of us are consuming videos, right, online, but I'm not sure what platform that you use, but a lot of us are using Netflix. Netflix is founded in 1997. Yeah, it started, yeah, as a DVD sales and rental operation. Yeah, and grown into a subscription-based streaming service. They offer online streaming, of films and TV programs. It includes the programs produced in-house. In-house meaning Netflix own the production. The first international market that Netflix went into was Canada. So you can see here, after more than 10 years after its operation, only then they venture into Canada. So here there's a lot of learning, learning of internal strengths and weaknesses, while operating this business before going forward to an international market. Netflix, as we all know, originated in the US. US and Canada very near, not much cultural differences, but it took them 10 years, more than 10 years, to venture into its international market, which is Canada. Next, in 2011, Netflix went into Latin America, this part of the world, including Caribbean, Belize, and also Guyana, which is this part of the world. Next, 2012, 2014, they went into UK and Europe, and then Oceania. Oceania meaning Australia and New Zealand, and parts around it. And lastly, Asia. What is the storyline here, so to speak? Canada is quite near, culturally, geographically, to the US. Latin America, quite near to the US as well. Going to UK and Europe, is a smart move because they are culturally similar, with some differences, but not as different as US and Asia. Next is the Oceania, English speaking, so not much adaptation can be done, should be done. So it's easier for Netflix. Lastly then, Asia. You have learned this in your basics of management, and perhaps you are learning this as well in your strategic management class. So I will only touch on this briefly. Externally, the organization will be influenced by environmental factors. This will include conditions of the industry or market that the company is operating in. The regulation environment of the host country, the social environment of the host country, the political environment of the host country, and economic and technological environment of the host country, and globally as well. For its environmental environment, for its external environment, it is best if the company implements environmental scanning. So this activity will provide management with accurate forecasts of trends relating to external changes in geographical areas where the firm is doing business or considering doing business. So aspects in this category will include changes relating to economy, competition, political stability, technology, demography, and consumer data. Coming back to Netflix, what are the unique characteristics of Canada? As it was Netflix's first country to internationalize into. On a surface level, Canada speaks English. Most of the Canadian society, they are familiar with the US culture. So they are also familiar with movies and also TV programs from the US. So it is easier for Netflix to venture into Canada first. After doing external analysis, it is best if the company conduct internal resource analysis. Yeah, this is used to evaluate the multinational company's current managerial, technical, material, and financial strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, this assessment will be used to determine ability to take advantage of the opportunities in the international market. The company will match external opportunities, which is gained in environmental scanning, with their internal capabilities, which is gained through internal resource analysis. Here, the key question for the multinational company is, do we have enough people and resources that can help us develop and sustain key success factors, or can we acquire them? For the case of Netflix, what are Netflix key success factors? Yeah, the fact that they have been doing the business for 10 years, yeah, it shows that they have developed their own capabilities, that they have developed their own technology. Yeah, so it took them 10 years, more than 10 years to venture into Canada. So those 10 years, yeah, most probably Netflix has spent, yeah, developing their own competencies, their own internal strengths. Next is to formulate strategic planning goals. Yeah, so this precedes the first two steps. Yeah, and more specific goals for strategic plan will come from external scanning and internal analysis. Here, the goals will serve as an umbrella, yeah, in which subsidiaries and other international groups operate. Profitability and marketing goals almost always dominate strategic plans. Yeah, so there are goals such as to expand market, to venture into the European market, for example, yeah, to increase 10%, 20% profitability. So those are the aspects of strategic plans, yeah, that you may see. Once the strategic goals have been set, the multinational company will develop specific operational goals. Yeah, this is to be implemented. Yeah, and specific controls. Yeah, we have discussed control last week for subsidiary and also affiliate level. So, whatever that has been decided, the goals that have been decided in headquarters will be likely to be implemented, yeah, in their subsidiary or their companies in specific host countries. We have talked about stages in strategy implementation earlier. Yeah, strategy implementation, yeah, those specific goals are to be implemented, yeah, through these various departments or aspects. Yeah, goals can be in terms of profitability, in terms of level of profits, yeah, return on assets, investment, equity, and so on, yeah, or in terms of yearly profit growth, yeah, or earnings per share growth. Yeah, in terms of marketing, yeah, companies may want to see total sales volume, yeah, to increase market share in terms of worldwide, region, or country. They would like to see growth in sales volume and also market share. Yeah, they will also want to see integration of country markets, yeah, for marketing efficiency and effectiveness. Yeah, integration of country markets, for instance, the advertisement that they use for shampoo, for instance, yeah, the advertisement used in Singapore may be used in Thailand and also Malaysia, on the basis that these countries are rather similar. Next is operations. Yeah, companies may want to see the ratio of foreign to domestic production volume in terms of economies of scale, yeah, through international production integration. This is to make sure that the operation is lean, yeah, to achieve cost effectiveness. Yeah, next is to achieve quality and cost control, and also to have cost efficient production methods. Yeah. They also want to see in terms of changes in terms of finance, yeah, financing of foreign affiliates, yeah, whether it's retained earnings or local borrowing. In terms of taxation, yeah, to have optimum capital structure or to have foreign exchange management. Yeah. Another important aspect is human resource. Yeah, this is to have high quality employees. Yeah, this is being done through recruitment, selection. Yeah, to develop managers with global orientation. Yeah, to develop management development of host country nationals. Yeah, because it's cheaper to hire host country nationals rather than to send expatriates. Yeah. Also, under this umbrella is compensation and also benefit. Yeah, this is to motivate the human resources. So here, strategy implementation will provide, for instance, to provide goods and service in accordance, yeah, in line with plan of action. Because plan often will have overall philosophy or guidelines, yeah, to direct the process. So it will also depend, yeah, will influence considerations in selecting the host country. For instance, advanced industrial countries, yeah, they offer largest markets for goods and services. Yeah, you also may want to seek amount of government control. For some countries, some industries are rather protected. Yeah, for Malaysia, the car production industry is rather protected. Yeah, also you may want to see restriction on foreign investment and also specific benefits offered by the host country. Okay. In strategy implementation, you may want to consider location. You know, there are two basic considerations. First, the country and the specific locale within the chosen country. Because, sure, you want to choose a country. For instance, you are a company producing chocolate. It is better if you operate in a country with high amount of cocoa products. Yeah, countries that produce cocoa. But not all parts of the country produce cocoa. So you must choose one specific locale. Yeah, this can be a state, this can be a region of that country, yeah, to operate in. Okay, first the country. Traditionally, multinational companies, they invest in highly industrialized countries that offer the largest markets for goods and services. However, developing countries like Mexico, yeah, Brazil, what else? India, for instance, are becoming more attractive. The amount of government control and restrictions can be a factor, and the company may want to see benefits offered by the host countries. Yeah, these benefits can be in terms of low tax rates, low interest loans, and so on. Next is to select a locale or a locality. This can be a state. Also, this can be in terms of multiple states as well. So here, once a country has been decided, the firm must choose a specific locale. Some important factors influencing this choice, yeah, one of them is access to markets, proximity to competitors, availability of transportation and electrical power, and desirability of location for employees coming in from outside. For instance, a multinational company, Intel, yeah, they have an operation in Malaysia. When they first entered Malaysia, yeah, they choose Penang, not KL. Why? Yeah, there are specific. There are some reasons for this. First, there are some competitors, yeah, of Intel already operating in Penang at that time. Penang, and specifically in that one area where a lot of electrical companies have started to venture into. Yeah, and because of that, that's the availability of transportation and electrical power. Yeah, imagine the state of Penang and the specific area where Intel is operating in. It's so nearby to the airport, and because of that, that makes the location desirable for employees coming in from outside. Yeah, we will discuss some of the functional areas, yeah, by which the company can implement their strategy. One of them is marketing. This is important because what works in one market may not work in another. Marketing also can be dictated or influenced by the overall strategic plan. Yeah, I don't think we need to discuss this further because you've learned this again and again. Yeah, yeah. For instance, Netflix in Singapore. There are movies that are not available in Singapore but available in other markets. Why? These movies are banned by the government, the host country government. I would like you to check your Netflix account if you have one. Are these movies available in your account or not? Yeah, because these movies are not available in Singapore. I wonder why. Next is production. Yeah, when exporting goods to foreign markets, production has usually been handled through domestic operations. Yeah, but recently, multinational companies found that whether they export or produce goods locally in a host country, they also must consider worldwide production. Therefore, there's a recent trend away from multi-domestic approach. Yeah, as we have discussed before, multi-domestic can be quite expensive. Yeah, because it can be quite unfeasible if you want to sell and produce in all countries, in every country. Yeah, so there's a movement towards global coordination of operations. But if the product labor is intensive, it is likely that multinational companies, yeah, farm out product to low-cost sites. Yeah, you can see major international fashion brands. Yeah, H&M, Zara, what else? M&G maybe. Yeah, the design comes from its host country, but the production usually is being conducted in countries like India, maybe Bangladesh, maybe Pakistan, maybe Indonesia, because these countries have low-cost labor, so therefore they can produce low-cost items. Next functional area is finance. Yeah, this refers to transferring funds from one place in the world to another, or borrowing funds in international money markets. Yeah, because borrowing funds is from international market is often less expensive than relying on local sources. Yeah, some issues here include re-evaluation of currency and also privatization. Privatization can also mean competition. Yeah, high competition in one country, meaning that maybe the currency value can be competitive as well. There are specialized strategies for specific markets and also specific type of companies. Yeah. Here, some circumstances may require specialized strategies. Yeah. Developing and emerging markets provide multinational companies or international companies with unique area to venture into. Yeah. Developing markets, high income, but they have high aging society. So the number of people who are working, who are earning, are actually low. So what kind of opportunities are there for this type of market? Yeah, there are also emerging markets, yeah, characterized by medium income, but the number of individuals who are able to work, so they can earn income, yeah, is more than people who are not working or people who have retired. So both markets are quite attractive. There are also strategies for the different type of companies. Yeah, we have strategies for international entrepreneurship and also new ventures. For emerging markets, yeah, the big emerging markets have captured the bulk of investment and business interest for multinational companies and their managers. You have learned about emerging markets such as Mexico, Brazil, Indonesia, and so on. China and South Korea maybe do not belong in this category, but it also depends on the definition. So here, emerging markets can present exceptional risk, yeah, to its political and economic volatility. Yeah, usually emerging markets are characterized with corruption cases, yeah, failure to enforce contracts, red tape, bureaucratic costs, yeah, and in general uncertainty in legal and political environment. You look back, if you are from an emerging market, look back into your host country, look back into your home country rather. How is the level of corruption? Is the legal and political environment changes over time? Yeah. So think about what are the implications for multinational companies. For emerging markets, there are some specialized strategies. Yeah, one of them is a first mover strategy. Because some significant economies are associated with early entry and first mover positioning. For instance, some markets may be less competitive because it's risky. Yeah, but it's better for multinational company to venture into those markets because there's less competition. Yeah, there may be a narrow window of opportunity, yeah, within which these opportunities can be exploited. Yeah, here companies can capture learning effects important to increase market share and develop alliances. Again, because less competition. However, not all first mover strategies are effective. Yeah. Uber, for instance, yeah, they exited the Asian market, even though they were the first to enter. I'll give you some example of first mover strategy. Spotify, yeah, first expanded into Asia through Hong Kong, Singapore, and Malaysia. 4 years later, only then they went into Thailand. Yeah. Next strategy is based off pyramid. Yeah, why? There are 4 to 5 billion potential customers around the globe. Yeah, but many of them mainly are ignored by global businesses. Yeah, the base of pyramid market forces global business to rethink their strategies. Here, companies must consider relationships with local governments, small entrepreneurs and non-profits rather than depending on established partners such as central government. Yeah, you think about countries in Africa, the poorer parts of Africa. Yeah, they can be a lucrative or a good market for your business to venture into. However, base of pyramid markets or base of pyramid strategies are challenging to implement, because they are not really economically advanced. So this represents an opportunity for firms to incubate new leapfrog technologies or innovative technologies. If being done successfully, they can go towards higher income market. Because marketing at the base of pyramid markets will force consideration of smaller scale strategy. What I meant by base of pyramid markets is this. Around the world, many of them are belong in the bottom or the base of pyramid market. Low in income, but the number of population is high. So this breeds opportunity for basic scale down products. For instance, you have Tata Nano, which is a very basic car, targeted to poorer markets in India. These days, internationalization is not being done by multinational companies only. Small and medium-sized enterprises are also becoming more involved in international management. The earlier in its existence an innovative firm internationalizes, the faster it is likely to grow both overall and foreign markets. Think about all the app companies that are coming in and out of markets. They are fast, they are innovative. Venture performance in terms of growth and return of equity is improved by technological learning gained from international environments. This falls under the umbrella of international entrepreneurship, which is a combination of innovative, proactive, and risk-seeking behavior crossing national borders intended to create value in organizations. For instance, Grab in Southeast Asia. It started in 2012, started with Malaysia and Singapore. Now, they have presence in other Southeast Asia markets, including Thailand and Indonesia. They also expanded their operations from e-hailing to food service, e-payment, and so on. So you can see here a lot of geographical learning and a lot of operational learning. 2012 until the current year, which is 2020, less than 10 years. This is quite a quick internationalization process. That is why they are called international entrepreneurship. It's innovative, it's proactive, high risk. We also have born global firms. These are firms that engage in significant international activity shortly after being established. Successful born global firms, they benefit from a distinctive mix of orientations and strategies. It includes global technological competence, unique product development, focus on quality, and also taking advantage of competencies of foreign distributors. Truly born global firms, they tend to survive longer than other seemingly global companies. One of the original and one of the most successful born global firms are Amazon.com. They venture into international operation 1 to 2 years after its starting point. And now it's one of the most successful companies in the world. So, in summary, we have discussed the importance of strategic planning in international expansion. Have to remember, strategic planning does not guarantee profitability, but it provides firms with direction. We also discuss global integration and national responsiveness. Yeah, between these two spectrums, there are 4 main strategies. Yeah, we also have discussed steps in strategic planning and how to implement strategic plans through various functional areas. We also have discussed strategies for specific markets, emerging markets, base of pyramid, and also international new ventures. This includes international entrepreneurs and also born global firms. For your reference, you may want to review and discuss this question. Yeah. Okay, a bit long today, but this type of topics will need longer explanation. Yeah, I hope you can do some revision at home. Yeah, because in international management, you have some flavors of human resource, some flavors of marketing. Yeah, here we have strong flavors of strategic management. Yeah, if you have grasped the idea of strategic management, it is easier for you to apply the ideas from strategic management in this topic. Alright, till then, I will end this guest lecture with Assalamualaikum. We will see you next time.